Hiede Ho. It's Kark and I'm going to the Hiede Tower of Flame, which is why I said Hiede Ho. How's everybody doing today? Yep, we're going to go on to the next area now. A few quick updates. I did take some bonus footage, which is just going to be uploaded as its own little standalone thing. I may not even include it in this video series, where I did some attempts against another boss by helping other people. I only did 2 attempts. Both of them actually ended in a boss kill. I think I may have accidentally killed the host in one of them by impaling it with a massive sized ballista bolt, but the second ballista bolt killed the boss, so it's all good, right? So yeah, that happened. The reason I did that is because I did die while clearing out the final side area, quote unquote, of the Forest of Giants, which is not really that big a deal because that area is pretty tough, especially when I was doing it because I didn't have any upgraded weapons yet. I also decided to bite the bullet and went ahead and upgraded some weapons. I put the sword here at +3 and my bastard sword at +1. I might have taken the bastard sword to +3 instead of this one, but I actually realized something strange, and that is this weapon actually gets more scaling than the bastard sword does. Its scaling actually improves faster. So after I got them to +1, this sword surprisingly actually still won out, even though its base damage got outstripped simply because its scaling was improving faster. That being said, I'll improve the bastard sword next. It's just I prioritize this first. So anyway, this room is important. Sorry for wasting time babbling, but this room is important. I'm not really going to go into why. Let's just say that later on you have to come back here. But we can't really do anything with this room yet until we meet a certain NPC, which is part of why we're going this way, into the Tower of Flame. Going on in, drop down the stairs. Maybe I should sprint. Oh look! I don't know how people could possibly miss this, but yes, there's a treasure chest to the left, and it's got a shield in it that I won't use. Had I run down here earlier in the game, there would have been some nice stuff. As far as armor goes, yeah, obviously I'm wearing some new armor. This is the hunter set. You get it from the side area I cleared out in Forest of Giants. That's all. That side area is really small. It just contains a ton of those turtle enemies and can be a really tough area. But other than this armor and the fact that there's a tree back there that can spawn seeds of giants, there's really nothing there except another bonfire, which is really only there to give you easy access to the tree that can spawn seeds of giants. Seeds of giants are basically used so that when you get invaded, which seems to be pretty darn rare since it still hasn't happened in my playthrough, basically it's just used to turn the enemies against the invader. Like enemies will turn around and attack the invader. So here we are in one of the coolest looking areas of the game. It's Anne Orlando. No, it's the Hiede Tower of Flame. Much better place than Anne Orlando. There's a lot of mixed messages going on here. Like we have Egyptian gods holding 2-handed swords wearing plate armor. Let's get off my back. You can... I may need to kill this guy first. Let's do this first. By the way, there's a bonfire right to your right. Please don't miss it, like me. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot, and I missed that bonfire the first time I played this game. Like, literally, I had beaten the game before I found that bonfire. I'm not even joking. I'm not even kidding. I've beaten the entire game before finding that bonfire. It's psycho. I know. So yeah, let's go down here and light this bonfire real quick. I don't know if I'll summon a couple people to help me with this or not. I really don't need help for this level. But let's see if we can see Majula from here. Yeah, there you can. See? Bullshit. Connectivity my ass. There's Majula right there. There's the... You can see it sticking out of that bluff. That's the tower that the Crestfallen Warrior, or Crestfallen Salden, or whatever you want to call them in this game, sits at. It's right there. So that's just a load. You can see Majula from here. You know, play on a decent console, guys. Play on a PC, you can see these details. So here's the fun part. This is a one-off enemy. Once you kill him, he never spawns again. Ow. That was sort of slow. get down here where it's a little easier to fight him. I think enemies are actually a lot more aggressive when you're in body form for some reason. You're done. But yeah, he drops a very important loot, Sublime Bone Dust. Very important. He's a one-off mob. He drops that every time. You don't want to kill him by knocking him off a cliff. That's all I'm going to say. But Sublime Bone Dust is pretty handy because it strengthens your Estus Flask. It makes the Estus Flask more powerful. Now, up ahead here is a boss that is, in my opinion, one of the easier bosses in the game. But, you can see these enemies are really easy to beat. To be honest, I don't even need to raise my shield. I could just be walking around these guys in a circle and be beating them. I really don't even need to put the shield up. Oh yeah, that. For a minute there I thought I got invaded. So I'm going to go into something about this boss real quick. He's not very hard boss. He's really easy to beat. I'm very confident I could beat him by myself with no problem. But you'll notice that he's in that area right in front. You'll notice that platform's really small. There's a few switches hidden throughout the level like this one that spawn when you defeat certain enemy groups. You hit those switches, it makes platform pieces raise up, and you can expand the area in there where you fight him to the point where it gets big enough that basically it's a really large, taking up the whole room. There's two ways of fighting him. You can raise these platforms and fight him the legit straight up way and just fight him. You can also not raise these platforms and do what speedrunners like to do, which is try to trick him into slipping off the platform himself. Which, I mean, you can do it. It's not impossible. It's just that I'm not very good at doing it. Every time I've tried, I've always botched it. And fighting him in a room with a platform like that without getting him to slip off the ledge at the very beginning is really freaking hard. Because you have almost no room to move. His moves have a huge arc and a lot of knockback. So let's go ahead. This is probably the only part that I have any chance of botching, but I should be okay. No troubles there. Old Knight Armor, nice. I've never gotten that. Oh wow, I botched that big time. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You almost screwed up hardcore there. See, these guys, this is the only part of this level that's actually kind of legitimately tough. And I did just kind of almost botch it. By the way, I did get my adaptability to 10 and my strength to 22 or 23, I'm not sure. Get out of there, stupid! What the hell, man? Jesus. Swing away, douchebag. Oh, what a load. What in the hell, man? Why is it... I'm really getting irritated now because I'm seeing... like, just cheese ball stuff. There we go. Man, that annoys the hell out of me. That is literally like the worst I've ever done against those guys. I'm not even kidding. Man. That was just a pathetic showing on my part. Embarrassing. No other words for what you just saw, people. No other words for what you just saw. That was an embarrassment. I didn't approach them my normal way, but I've fought them that way before, and holy crap, it really wasn't that big a problem. Oh my God, oh Jesus. So this is probably the best armor you can get early in the game. It really is, the old knight armor. But man, is it heavy. I just went from 53%, 53.9% to 78 from that one piece of gear. So I wonder if I unequip my bastard sword. Yeah, if I unequip the bastard sword, I can actually still have my roll. Which you'll notice I'm not rolling a lot right now, but I still want to stay under 70% for movement speed reasons. This kind of looks silly too, actually. If you have the whole set, it can look kind of cool, but it looks sort of silly. If you're curious, there's a boss later in the game who has an armor set that looks like this, except not old and crappy. Where's my bastard sword +1? There it is. I also picked up another bastard sword, but it's not, you know, I didn't +1 that one, obviously, so I don't want to use it. This is not a gang fight, it's just you versus him. See? Don't even need my shield. Down you go. Be nice to get an old knight helm. I would wear that because it does look kind of cool and it's really solid. Oh, I forgot to hit that other switch. Whoops, I'll get it when I come back. Really, believe it or not, there's only one other mob in this entire area. Some swings in on the bastard sword. So here's a big Anor Londo-ish looking tower. And this is the drawbridge that pulls it down. Weber! No kidding. Visions of death. Visions of weird player. Oh, this place isn't that hard. You should never die to that guy unless you just don't know what you're doing. And if you got this far in, I don't know how you don't know what you're doing. This is a pretty big loot right here. This is huge. This is one of the most important rings in the game. Ring of Binding. That is the ring that makes you have a less death penalty when you're in hollow form. Your HP penalty is halved. Oh, and by the way, you may notice the green aura. I picked up the Chloranthy ring. Remember that Pharaoh's Lockstone I found and how I said I know where I'm going to use this Lockstone? The Chloranthy ring is the loot you get behind the door that is revealed when you use that Lockstone. So that's where I got that. You can see that back in the that area where you use that in the part 1 video of the Forest of Giants. I almost forgot this loot, so let's go ahead and snag it. You could go further up that drawbridge and into that tower. There's an actual boss in there. We'll save that boss for later. I don't want to fight him right now because that's not the way through this game. The way through this game is that way, past the boss called the Dragon Rider that I've already been talking about this whole time. So let's hit this other level. This basically makes this fight pretty simple as a stand-up fight because there's now only one part of the entire area that you can even fall off of. And yeah, I mean this boss has killed me before, but the only times he has ever killed me is literally when he's knocked me off the level. I'm gonna go ahead and summon some people. Dan Arkin, whatever. I'll go ahead and summon Dan. This should be no problem at all, even though I don't have Easy as pie. Crackle orb. We'll summon Dahlbrum. Summoning sign failed. How about Renly? Summoning sign failed. Well, we'll summon them in a minute. This chest is, again, not trapped. Green Blossom. And yes, you can just walk right across there. You don't have to jump. Try this guy. Masterless Glencore. Is this an NPC? Masterless Glencore. He might be an NPC. I don't know. He looks like one. Yeah, that looks like an NPC. Oh well, he's... Let's go ahead and go. Let's take out Dragon Rider. This should be pretty easy, especially with 3 people. This is almost unfair, even. What are you doing, dude? Attack him. Yeah, dude, he's on me. All you need to do is attack him. That was cake. Dark Arkin whatever didn't do a whole lot, but Masterless Glencore, who's probably an NPC, did just fine. Bye-bye, Darkin. So as you see, Dragon Rider's not hard, especially if you summon people to help you. Like Masterless Glencore just held his aggro, and I just got on his back and just raped him. And we light the bonfire. By the way, that soul I just got, that is a huge soul. If you are playing a strength-based character, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing, you can use that soul to make the Dragon Rider bow. The Dragon Rider bow is the best strength-based bow in the game. Other than this one other bow, which I'm not really sure if it's strength or not, but it requires insane dex, and if you're going to be strength-based, you'll probably never go high enough to get that dex. So let's not talk about that bow until I actually find one.
Are you from these parts?
Are you from these parts?
My name is Lycia.
No, I'm not, and I don't care what you have to say. Shut up. This is another NPC that you really need to talk to until she has nothing left to say. This is actually the most... Like, this character has to be talked to. You have to meet this character to see every area of the game. Like, no joke.
So, I expect to a place I could go... Oh, like, done so?
Yes, I am. By now, you have nothing left to say. You absolutely must meet her to experience every area of the game. Straight up, you have to. No ifs, ands, or buts. So let's quickly level up. Bearer of Souls. Seek the soul charge. What? I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So now I'm at 25 strength, which is awesome. But now we need to work on vitality to get our equip load up. Okay, so yeah, cancel for now. There's a guy wearing Vingarl's set. I'm sure I found a soul. Yeah, use that. So that was a pretty pathetic early showing, but once I got to the boss, easy peasy. Dragon Rider is one of the easiest bosses in the game. I do not consider him to be the easiest boss in the game. Time to burn a Sublime Bone Dust. Some force has strengthened the Estus Flask. I can't remember what the maximum plus in the Estus Flask is. I think it's like +5 or something.
Bearer of the
I don't remember.
Seek the lest this
Upgrade Estus Flask. Do I have a flash shard? No, I don't. Why am I doing that for? Level up. So strength to 25, and then 8 in vitality. Once I get vitality to 10, I want to get all those to 10. I'm going to work on getting adaptability to 20. Once adaptability is to 20, it's going to be all fight, end, and vigor until those are 20. So it could be a while before I level anything other than those stats. And then once I get basically all those stats to 20, it's going to be strength to probably 30 or 40 before I consider anything else. You'll notice I'm already soul level 45, and I've only killed like 2 bosses, and I've only cleared like 2 areas of the game. You will get a much higher soul level in this game than you did in previous Souls games. Like, it is not unusual at all. Like in Demon Souls, I think the first time I beat the game, and I probably did some soul farming, I beat the game probably around soul level 70 something. I beat Dark Souls around soul level 80 something, I think. This game, you will be like soul level 120 when you beat your first playthrough, and that's without soul farming. That's just you playing the game. Maybe you go farm for some item pieces or some upgrade materials or something. You will easily get somewhere around soul level 100 to 140 easily. You'll get somewhere in that range, and that's without really much of any farming. As long as you don't die a whole lot anyway, I guess. I don't know. Without losing your soul pile. Like, I haven't lost a single soul so far. I've died 6 times, but every time I've died, I've gotten my soul pile back. Like, I did not lose my souls. But anyway, that's enough rambling. I want to do specific stuff with each video, so I'm going to show this real quick. At this point, this character, yep, there she is. That's why you need to get her here, because now that she's here, she can use this item to turn this room, and you can go down a path that's over here, which gets you to the Huntsman's Copse. I'm not going to go there yet, though, because that's not where I'm supposed to go right now. In my next video, I will push further into the Hiede Tower. I'll go inside the tower itself, and we'll work our way to an area called the Lost Wharf, I think it's called. Is that the name of it? Yeah, something like that. But that will be the subject of the next video. For now, that was an entire clear of the Hiede Tower of Flame, except for one boss, who I'll probably just do a one-off video on later. Or I may try to take him out in a bit. I don't know yet. Anyway, have fun, everybody. I will see you in another video update later.